Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. Our Dharma reading today is the first half of Practicing with the Five Hindrances by Ajahn Karuna Dhammo from Beginning Our Day by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. In our Dharma practice, many of us will work with the five hindrances throughout the day: sensual desire, aversion, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt. It is helpful to pay attention to these hindrances and work with them, because they are not only an obstruction when we sit in meditation, they're also concrete manifestations of the underlying tendencies: greed, hatred, and delusion. These are the tendencies that keep us moving through samsara, cyclical rebirth. By examining the hindrances, we can see how these underlying tendencies manifest themselves in our daily lives. They tend to be more obvious to us if we are accustomed to them and start to work with them in a constructive way. As Dhamma practitioners, we sometimes may think that our sole purpose is to be mindful of a particular state of mind that is occurring for us. This paradigm is correct in some ways, but not complete. We may think that if we're aware of being with the mind state, then that alone is sufficient to deal with it. In other words, if we know that it's there, then presumably we can watch its rising, its maintaining, and its cessation. This is a primary skill in our practice we need to develop: a straightforward, non-judgmental awareness of a particular mind state. However, there are also concrete and applicable antidotes we can use to work with the hindrances. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said that the five hindrances are to be known like all the other objects of mindfulness. In addition to knowing, we can reflect on how an unarisen hindrance arises, how we can deal with the hindrance that's already arisen, and how we can prevent its future arising. It's more than bare noting of a particular hindrance. We are learning more about it, how it comes to be, what encourages it, what nourishes it, and what denourishes it. We can understand how to work with it in a real active sense when it's overwhelming and doesn't respond to bare attention. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.